Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Ascendant. Welcome to Reigning Tarot. For those who are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for coming out and checking out the channel. If something doesn't resonate with you during the reading, don't sweat it. It wasn't meant for you at that moment. Let it go to the universe. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. For those returning, thank you I truly appreciate all your support. And like subscribing and sharing, it truly does keep help the channel grow and keeps you around a little bit longer, and lets the guy know that at least he's helping some people out there, and you're not doing this for nothing. It still helps me anyways, but it's nice to see that the reason why I do this is to get hopefully I'll have something to say that can help someone, or said I've been through quite a few things in my life, so I got a little bit of experience, not a hell of a lot, but I'm learning. Anyways, there, Aries. I've already blessed and purified the cards, so basically we'll just do a quick prayer, and then we'll get right into your reading. So, God, Goddesses, Universe, help me to be of service to Aries. Help me share with them thoughts and ideas that will make them happy, healed, and the best version of themselves, and so it is. Okay, like I said, I pre-shuffled the cards. We'll start off with an overall energy, which I drew from the Energy Oracle. If you have a question that needs being answered, just think of that question. I'll answer it at the end of the reading, and I'll be using the angel answers for that one. Okay, so Aries, we'll start off with an overall energy. You received the number 46, and that is the thinking man. Hopefully you can see that okay. Oh yeah, okay, right on. Okay, so Aries, this card shows a man standing before an archway gazing at a crystal in his hand. He is a thoughtful and reflective man, representing the potential presence of a teacher in your life now or about to arrive soon. So this person may be there to educate you in the finer details of your chosen direction, or maybe there to assist you in some specific spiritual, mental, or emotional pursuit. Okay, so this card is telling you to pay attention, for this could lead to great strides in personal or professional growth. This man may also be a love interest coming your way, or perhaps just a new male friend. But be on the lookout for this. Be on the outlook for be on the lookout for this guide in the physical world, and be open to his information. So learn what you can, Aries. A new discipline, technique, course of study, or healing practice could change your life forever. And remember, there's no gender specific here. So, when you talk about feminine, masculine, or divine feminine or divine masculine, right? It can be either or, right? So you just gotta remember that. I know when I first started listening to tarot, I'm like, well, I'm not feminine, right? It's just you got to take the message itself and apply it to yourself. And if it doesn't resonate, don't sweat it, right? Okay. So so for we'll do a quick affirmation here, there, Aries. You can say this with me if you'd like. I'm willing to learn new things. It is safe and comfortable for me to open up and share. That's a tough one sometimes, guys, but it does. I guess trust is a big issue, and I remember my dad telling me one time. He goes, he was right. He was, if you can at the end of your life, for if you had even done to help with the age, I think he's around 50, 60 at the time. He's like, if you'll be able to count the number of friends you have on one hand, and he goes, that's a lot. And he goes, people come and go, but the ones that stay around and forever through the ups and the downs, are, you know what I mean, you keep them to your heart, and they're your outer family, right? They're your family, but not your blood family. You know what I'm saying, right? So, anyways, okay, guys. So I'll stop babbling here, and we'll carry on. So I also drew one from your divine guidance there, Aries. Okay, and you received the number 37. Okay, so this card, Aries, is about growing, blossoming. Okay, um, even simply questioning your life or trying to figure out where and how to move forward moves your energy and aids you in opening you to your higher awareness and divine purpose there, is Aries. So continue with this. Don't let your human mind, with its limited point of view, tell you that you're stuck or not progressing. It isn't true at all. So you are opening, you are flowering, and your soul is blossoming, Aries. So keep your faith in both yourself and spirit. Know that you are on the perfect path and that you are opening to your highest potential, one step at a time, right? And that's awesome, right? As long as you're learning lessons, and I always say, like, I got a daughter, and I always say, what the people say, what's a good, because I have a really good relationship with my daughter. Like, what's the secret with you and your daughter? And I'm just like, well, I think to being a good parent is just not letting them make the same mistakes that I did, right? And I made a hell of a lot of them. So I said it's not hard. Anyways, guys. Okay, so we'll carry on here. So I also drew one from your guardian angels. Okay, and I just like to I pull these three cards because it's just a good get your overall energy and just kind of a guideline on what's going on with you, and so I get a little started before the reading. So your guardian angels, you received the angel of music, and that's a number 21 card. Okay. So Aries, you've received this card as a reminder that you need to put the music back in your life. Music comes to us in many ways, shapes, and forms. So music can be the soundtrack to our lives. Have you ever listened to a song and been taken back to a happy memory? Or have you ever listened to a song that really spoke to you? So your angel has noticed now is the time to reconnect to music so you can enjoy this relationship once again. So music invokes higher vibrations with our soul and environment. So your angel will give you messages via lyrics and some sound vibrations that are contained within music. So it's extremely important at this time to pay attention to what songs keep appearing in your life. Pay attention to those lyrics, Aries, as they contain messages of guidance from above. So if you are currently feeling depressed, lost, or confused, surround yourself with music that is uplifting and inspirational. Music can and will make such a difference to how you perceive the world you are in, and as well lift your mood. So listening to music when you are going to sleep can also help you make a greater connection to your angel of music. He will come to you during your dream state to guide you in the right direction and uplift your soul. So your angel may be here to help you, inspire you to write creative music of your own. He has a wealth of knowledge in the spiritual and musical realms, so make sure you call on him when in need of inspiration. He may give musical notes, or he may inspire you to write a poem that you turn into a song. Many of the greatest composers, musicians, and songwriters have been assisted by the angel of music to create masterpieces. It is now time to utilize his assistance to begin creating your own musical masterpiece to inspire you during your life, Aries. Okay, and it's true, right? Like this old saying, if you hang around shitty people, shitty things happen, right? You hang around positive people, positive things happen in your life. So, if you're going to listen to some, you're feeling kind of down, and you put on some like thrash metal that, I killed my dog and my mother died, and stuff like that, or depressing music, you're going to take on that energy, right? So you want to listen to uplifting music, something that makes it maybe brings back a memory of a good time that you had going down to the beach, or you spent with family members, right? We're the product of we make, they talk about manifesting your own reality, it's in shit like that, right? People want to wallow in their own shit because, right, we want everyone to feel bad for us, and it's you got to change that way of thinking, right? It's society's made us think that that's the norm and that's okay to do that, right? And to wallow in that, well, no, it's not. It's a choice, right? So it's just, and I know it's easier than said than done, but it's, if you're aware of it, and you just keep, at least acknowledge it, and then try to correct it little by little, whatever it is at your pace, you'll see big changes in your life. Okay, Aries. So we'll get right into your reading here. I'm doing a 5-card spread, and so I'm using the Psychic Tarot of the Heart, and for clarifiers, I'm using your animal spirit guides. So the first position in the 5 card spread is your current situation, and you received the number 3, sadness and isolation. Okay. So love can bring both joy and sorrow. There are areas when disappointment enters your life. It's important to acknowledge the accompanying sadness and feeling of loss. So, however, it's equally vital not to dwell on the loss, right? So the temptation may be to isolate yourself from the world and cling to your grief. So this card's a reminder to trust that this situation, as hard as it may be, Aries, is in your best interest. So it's time to gently let go of the sorrow and disappointment. Sorrow can hold you back, or it can elevate you to new levels of understanding. So focusing on your sadness and loss will prevent you from attracting new positive energy and relationships. So it's time to turn your disappointment into hope for the future, Aries. Ask what lessons you can learn from the situation and move beyond despair into healing and joyful love. So let go and move on there, Aries. You have more powerful spiritual forces helping you than you can ever imagine, right? And I always say, right, if you don't ask, if you don't ask for guidance or help, no one's going to come, right? You need to get that out there, right? And this what I always say is, you know, it doesn't take a lot of a time, but when you get up in the morning, be a little bit humble and ask for some help and some guidance. And I can't do it on my own. And at nighttime, have a little gratitude, thank them for the day and for being there for you. And you do that, can try that out for a week, and you'd be amazed at how little things in your life will change, and they will keep changing, keep getting better, right? But you need to ask for it, and you got to be also willing to receive it as well, right? It's called you got to have a little bit of faith, right? And hopefully you don't get to that point where you got nowhere to turn, and a lot of people they gotta to have that faith or that ask for that guidance. They gotta hit rock bottom to where it's just they got nowhere else to turn. And it's like I said, it's about choices, right? And unfortunately, I always had to learn the hard way. So so hopefully, you don't have to do that. Or okay, so sorry about that. I'm keep babbling on here. So for a clarifier, we have on this sadness and isolation for your current situation, you have the zebra. Let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. So Aries, whenever you venture into unfamiliar territory, it's quite natural to feel some trepidation. So your mind can create all sorts of scenarios as to what can go wrong. So doubts and uncertainties may arise, and the path can seem fraught with challenges and sometimes even danger. So you may find yourself stuck at times, fearful about moving ahead. Yet much of what we label as fear isn't actually fear. True fear is vital, instinctual response to any life-threatening situation, and it's triggered not only by circumstances or events, but even more so by what you think about those circumstances or events, right? So stay relaxed, yet vigilant, trusting that nothing can truly harm you and that your body will provide sensory information if there's any actual danger, right? If there truly is any threat, then your instincts will tell you what to do, right? So Aries, whenever you feel an exaggerated sense of fear triggered mainly by your thoughts, one that has little or no bias in reality, take a few slow, deep breaths. Call upon spirit helpers who have provided their guidance and protection before, and reach out to close friends and family members for reassurance and to help you feel grounded and centered. And then recall those times in the past when you did feel frightened or were endangered and not only survived but came through it intact. So, Aries, you can also relabel fear and instead call it excitement, as the two emotions are very similar in the way they manifest in the body. And most of all, trust your spirit guides, your instincts, and your friends to watch out for you there, Aries, right? Okay. So for the second position in the 5 card spread is your desires there, Aries. So I'll just throw these aside right now. So you received the joy and stability card, and that's the number 4. Okay, oh, you can see that, all right. So like a beautiful summer day, this card brings joyful energy there, Aries. Take a break and step back just for now from any concerns you may have around matters of the heart and spend some time in happy pursuits. So find reasons to celebrate with others. Welcome this warm, sunny energy into your life, Aries. Allow it to lift your spirits. Remember the law of attraction, and a high rate of vibration will attract all that you desire. So rejuvenate your relationships by rejuvenating yourself. And I talk about that a lot, about self-care, and people get too caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, and they're helping everyone else, but they forget to take time out for themselves and do that self-care. And if you're not good yourself, you're never going to be good for anyone else. So Aries, this card also speaks of a time of sharing and conversation. So lovingly open your heart and mind to people, share your thoughts, and above all, be a good listener. Feel the ebb and flow of energy as you communicate with others. You'll find that this brings increased stability and warmth to your relationship, so helping you attract like-minded people into your life. Okay? So for a clarifier there, Aries, for your desires, you received the shark, and it says, trust your instincts to discern the truth of the situation. So your instinctual self is that aspect of you that sends signals to your brain directly from your body. It is what's responsible for your survival, particularly when you're in a life-threatening situation, and must avoid danger by fighting, fleeing, or remaining still and quiet. So Aries, your instinct dictates which choice most likely ensures your perpetuation, right? It's much more primal than intellect, and it's what connects humans with all other animals. So the trust for your instinctual signals can be modified and distorted by conditioning, especially childhood conditioning. So when you're repeatedly told to distrust what your body is telling you, or you're faced with life-threatening situations with no escape, this exquisite survival mechanism becomes clouded at the least and completely suppressed at the extreme. So it's replaced by either a generalized fear and an agitation that gets projected into relatively benign situations, or else a psychic numbness that anesthetizes the senses and severely limits your body's ability to process environmental cues for danger. So the sensory numbness also limits your ability to fully experience pleasure. So Aries, take the time to tune into your gut feeling, using slow, deep breathing as an access code, okay? So listen with all your senses to discern what your body is telling you, and use your intellect to interpret whether it's a conditioned reaction or an instinctual response. So when you practice this, you'll refine your perpetual capabilities so that you can completely trust what you feel, right? And that's that society, like conditioning, right? You're taught to do this, you're told this is right, when to speak, when to do this, when to do that, and that gets ingrained in you at such a young age. And it's like when you're in a situation and then all of a sudden, you don't follow your gut feeling, and then afterwards you're like, fuck, you know what? I knew I should have did that. And think about how many times that's happened to you in your life. And that's just like the biggest example of how preconditioned we are from society, right? So, okay, so for your third position in the 5 card spread there, Aries, is your helpful messages. And you received Blossom card, and that's number 20. So matters of the heart are much like flowers. In the bud stage, the relationship is in a state of potential. It requires loving care and attention to help it grow, develop, and bloom. So Aries, the people involved in the relationship must be willing to trust and open themselves to each other. So with the proper amount of nurturing, the relationship will blossom and bring beauty to the lives of those involved. So it's time for you to nurture the potential of your relationships, Aries. New life and love are waiting for you. You have only to reach out and take hold. So seize those energies of renewal that surround you now and allow yourself to blossom like a beautiful flower there, Aries. Awaken to the possibilities regarding desires of the heart. So a blossom follows the sun because its warmth and light nurture the flower and infuse it with energy. The sun even provides some of the nutrients needed by the blossom. So, what is the sun in your own life there, Aries? What nurtures you and helps you thrive? Do your relationships provide what you need? So, if not, it may be time to transform your life and grow in a new direction. You're in a period of growth regarding affairs of the heart there, Aries. So, stretch yourself and your ideas of what you believe is possible, and know, in fact, that all things are possible if you will only follow your sun, right? So for an affirmation, you can say this with me or not. I awaken to the beauty of relationships that nurture me. Okay, I awaken to the beauty of relationships that nurture me, and so it is. Yeah. So for a clarifier for your alpha messages, you received the humpback whale, and it says music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. And I think you got the similar message from right at the beginning when we pulled our guardian angel, a card from your guardian angels as well. So, in order to diagnose their patients, one of the questions that shamans often asked was when the patient stopped singing. If it had been quiet for some time, the shaman was certain to recommend singing, among other remedies, as an essential aspect of their recovery. All that's involved when you sing is the fullness and rhythm of your breathing, then opening of your mouth and jaw, and the soulful and creative expression of your spirit. So it serves to enhance your health and raises your vibration. So similarly, playing an instrument can touch those inner creative depths that yearn to be expressed through song. Simply listening with your full attention to your favorite tune or melody can also inspire and heal. So make music as essential to your lifestyle as eating and breathing. You can reach inhibitions about expressing yourself musically that you acquired over the years in some very simple and easy ways. So sing, chant, or play an instrument. Take a few voice lessons as a means to shore up your confidence. Let the magical child inside help you to rediscover the joy of creating music and dive in and play. And I don't know if you can remember as a kid, right? Like music, I remember when we still had vinyl, right? So my dad, I remember me and my brother, my dad would come on, put on a record, and we'd all sit there and dance around the living room and play. And it's bringing that inner child back and that unconditional love and that just that carefree, right? When you're a kid, you don't know wrong. You just you're just pure love, right? And we get conditioned through life to shy away from that. And when we came into this world, we were on the right path. It's society that put us on the wrong path, right? Right. I don't think if we had everyone was like a bunch of kids and had that carefree spirit, there would be people running around murdering people and this and that, right? If you think about it, I know it's kind of a weird, different analogy, but it's true, right? Okay, so for your fourth position in the five-card spread is your um, challenges there, Aries. Sorry, had a little brain fart there. So you received the number one, the base chakra. Okay, so the color of the chakra is red. The element is earth. The gland is the adrenal there, Aries. So known as the base or the root chakra, this energy center is situated at the base of the spine and is most closely related to all your earthly issues, such as survival, the physical body, issues of money, sustenance, safety, and shelter. So physical movement strengthens this chakra. So walk, dance, work in the garden, do anything that will get you moving. By energizing this chakra, you strengthen your right to have, and you will be blessed with the loving and supportive relationships that you truly desire there, Aries. And you can do when you focus when you're looking at the chakras. The breathing exercise, they work with all the chakras. You just have to focus on that color and um, just picture that color, like when you're doing the heart chakra, picture that color in, it's a green and a blue. Picture that in your heart, right? And it's a pretty simple exercise. You might think it's not working, but if the more you do something, the more you'll see the results from it as well, right? And if you've made as many mistakes as me in your life, you know it, you'll try anything once. And, when you're own well, you make too many wrong decisions. Maybe it's time to take the ego down and maybe try some other things, and maybe they'll work for you, right? Okay, so for a clarifier for your base chakra, you receive the rattlesnake. The experience that you're presently going through is the experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. So the foundation for compassion is an awareness that suffering is a natural part of life there, Aries, whether through the empathic appreciation of another being's pain or the experience of having suffered oneself, and which beings have at times felt the pain or sorrow that is an aspect of living on this planet, right? Everyone goes through shit. The deeper you go into the soul of another, the more you can feel what they feel, the more you can relate to them. Yet paradoxically, maintain a certain distance of objectivity, right? You don't have that much of as emotion as that person is going through, but you know how that person feels, right? So a true healer must heal from the heart, no matter what technological, logistical, or physical or shamanic tools they use. The experiences that you're going through right now or have just completed are all preparation for you to open your heart to the suffering around you and do your part in alleviating it. So you'll find that you're increasingly being asked to offer your time and energy to heal others, including not only people, but also animals, plant beings, tree people, and ultimately our Earth's mother. So some of this healing power will also go to mend the rifts that exist between races, ethnicities, and other species. So you'll notice more and more how often your hands will spontaneously feel energized, experiencing it as a heat or a tingling sensation in their Aries. This is the power of spirit working through you. So allow it to guide you in whatever the focus of your healing is. Whether simply placing a hand on the shoulder of a friend or more extensively and directly involving yourself in another being's health. Okay. So, Aries, for the fifth position in the 5 card spread is your outcome of the situation. All right. And you received the number 9, well deserved reward. Hoorah. Okay, so your efforts are paying off there, Aries. When this card appears, it suggests that you have seen or will soon find your relationships falling into place. It hasn't always been easy, but you have the discipline to persevere. As you work to create fulfilling relationships, you sometimes had to give more than you would have liked, but you've seen the positive results of that action. You kept the ultimate goal in mind there, Aries. So be proud of yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've shown that you're self-reliant and confident. You're entering a phase of your life where your dealings with others will become effortless. Be considerate and compassionate in your interactions there, Aries. There is less need for confrontation now, so diplomacy is the better approach. So as you move forward, expect to feel satisfaction with your accomplishments regarding love in its many aspects there, Aries. You're being blessed for all your hard work. And right on there, Aries. That's good to hear. So for a clarifier on that, for your well-deserved reward, you received the boar. So it says, face your problems head on with confidence and courage, and you will emerge victorious. Okay? So whatever difficulties you're experiencing now, whether with a relationship, career path, or some other concern, dig in, rummage around until you discover how to solve the problem, then take the immediate action to remedy it. Every time you confront adverse situations in this way, Aries, you'll be uprooting those elements in your life that appear to be obstacles to fulfilling your life purpose. So life can sometimes be very uncooperative with your rational mind sense of order, and it will even at times block your demands on how events or experiences should unfold. So if you're living on Earth, you're going to get your feet muddy sometimes, Aries, but it's no call for panic, crisis, or drama. Instead, take a couple deep breaths and view whatever problem you encounter as simply something that needs to be taken care of. As the old saying goes, there really are no problems, only creative possibilities, Aries. So once you've emerged victorious, which means that you've either conquered your problem or changed your thinking about how you initially perceive that situation, you'll experience a surge of power and confidence. So Aries, remember that your power originated from source, expressed through you and as you. Okay, so when you vanquish the illusion of the situation being a problem, you not only feel a greater sense of relief and freedom, but you also open the way to your heart, mind, and soul to be more in alignment with the will of spirit there, Aries. So when you operate from that perspective, you can absolutely overcome anything there, Aries. Okay, so Aries, that is it for reading. So like I said in the beginning, if you had a question that needed to be answered, that I would answer it at the end of the reading. And I will do that right now. I'm just separating these cards because we'll get what numbers you have after this. Okay, so the answer to your question is perfect timing. Okay, so the perfect timing, saying this is perfect timing for your situation you've asked about there, Aries. So move forward with confidence. Don't delay or hesitate because an energy gateway is presently opening for you. So conditions are ripe. Even if you don't feel prepared, just rest assured that you absolutely are prepared there, Aries. Okay. So have faith and jump in, right? It's better off to try something than not. And at least if you fail or whatever, at least you made the effort and tried, right? No one can give you shit for it. You can't feel down on yourself for that. Okay, so I drew one from the Light Worker Oracle, and you received the number 14, Soul Child. Okay, so I'll just read from the book here. So, rebirth is upon you, beautiful child of the universe. You have prepared for a new life, and it is starting right now. The divine moment of rebirth, which occurs after a period of struggle or intense work and physical transformation, has arrived. So, enjoy getting to know this new self. It is a new day, a new beginning, a new you. So, like an adventurer enjoying the discovery of a brand new world, you take your time to explore the increase of your light, power, and love. So you have undergone the death of the old order. Nothing is as it was, nor will it be so again. You have learned detachment to release and let go over and over again. In so many ways you have experienced inner death as you have bravely surrendered that which no longer serves you, growth this lifetime, even if you once loved it dearly or couldn't imagine life without it. So deep inside through this process, your soul has been gathering energy. It has been drawing it away from the old forms of your life and relationships, from your old beliefs and about health, finances, work, and from what used to hold meaning for you. It has done so in order to feed the new soul child being carried within your body. The new you is fulfilled with divine light, love, and power. Your inner soul child, this newly integrated self, is preparing for birth now from that which is no longer something new, is now being born. Okay, so for an invocation, I am a child of the universe, divinely loved and empowered to grow into a shining, radiant soul of love. May all aspects of my life's journey be blessed to grow into their most beautiful and loving form. May all the people and ideas that are in need of protection so they may grow into their divine fullness be blessed and supported by unconditional love. Through divine grace, so be it. Amen. Okay, Aries, that is it for your reading, and I'll see what kind of numbers we got here for you. And please, like I said in the beginning, if something didn't resonate with you, wasn't meant for you at that moment, let it go. Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff, right? And please make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because it truly does help the channel grow. And yeah, it keeps me around a little bit longer, and that'd be kind of cool. Okay, Aries, we just got an array of numbers here. We got a 1, a 3, a 4, a 9, a 14, a 20, 21, 46, and a 37. Hey, Aries, thanks for coming out. Thanks for checking out the channel. And I hope you have a great week. And I hope some of this resonated with you. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And come back again and check it out. Okay, guys, namaste.